In the name of God, the most beneficent, the most merciful, who is also the source of peace. Today's daily random talk is on reunification of countries of the world. In the 1990s, early 1990s, Germany was reunited once again from West Germany, which was aligned with the West, and East Germany, which was aligned with the communist countries of Soviet Union and other communist countries. The Berlin Wall fell, and the Germanys were reunited once again into one reunified Germany. It was a great occasion for humanity, that two countries divided by ideology but of one ethnic group were reunited. It is awesome. Now, today we face a prospect of a one China, the reunification of China with Taiwan, when the Chinese leader Xi visited Pyongyang, the capital of North Korea, for a historic visit. Recently, the North Korean leader pledged its support for a one China principle, which means the Strait of Taiwan, which separates the island of Taiwan with mainland China, will be reunited once again. How Hong Kong in 1997 was reunited with China, and Macau in 1999 with China once again. Now, the history behind the separation was after the Second World War. The Civil War in China was won by Chinese mainland, was won by Mao Zedong, Secretary General, and his Communist Party. They won the war, the Civil War, and the nationalists aligned to the United States and the capitalist system moved and set up government in Taiwan, backed by the United States. At that point, China was a weak country, was economically and militarily having just been brutally occupied by the Imperial Japanese Army and colonized, including its major cities under Japanese colonial rule. It could not fight back. It still believed in the one China principle. Now, diplomatically, Taiwan was a recognized regime up to, I think, up to the 1970 or so. Taiwan represented China in the United Nations Security Council, the seat given to China. However, the Chinese After the Cultural Revolution, whatever other things years went by, the People's Republic of China took its seat in the United Nations. Taiwan exists as a nation only because of the American support and the American security guarantee in the South China Sea. So we hope one day soon China and Taiwan will be reunited as one China. You should know Taiwan is also a technologically advanced country. It is a country which has a great industry making semiconductor chips, the ones which are used in advanced electronics, whether it's aircraft, it's phones, it's precision guided missiles. And most of the rare earths which are used to make the semiconductors are mined in China. It is estimated, mainly in China, 85 to 90% of those rare earth minerals used to make these semiconductor chips are processed in China. So it would be a great win for China and a great thing for the world that both where the minerals, rare earth minerals are found and where the chips are processed and made are under one country. Another country which needs to be reunited is the Koreas, which the Korean Peninsula has been divided also on ideological grounds, one state being a US vassal state, client state, recognized and applauded worldwide, the other being North Korea, a communist state, becoming a pariah state, under sanctions, isolated. We also hope, we pray to the Divine Supreme Being, that the reunification of the Koreas also takes place and the people of the North Korea also are able to taste the benefits of industrialization and a better life for them. And also South Korea gets a nuclear cover. What is today South Korea is in a unified Korea. They get nuclear, because North Korea is nuclear armed. It is a great military industrial base, which then Korea becomes a powerful balancing power in the northeast of Asia, probably ready to withstand future Japanese aggression. Japan historically was a brutal, cruel, despotic nation which colonized a lot of parts of Asia, including China, Korea, Philippines. During the Second World War, as it aligned itself with Nazi Germany, is rapidly remilitarizing and building up its own armaments industry and building up its military buildup, which was unthinkable a generation ago. So it needs strong neighbors like China to be reunited with Taiwan into a one China, Korea to be a one Korea, uniting both North and South Korea, to be able to withstand remilitarized Japan, which has a dastardly history in Asia. Its army, its Imperial Japanese Army. Another country which needs to be reunited is Iraq and Kuwait. Kuwait historically were during the Ottoman time, it was integral part of Iraq under the Ottomans. However, the Kuwait exists only as a state because the sheikhs in that seaside area of Kuwait, as Britain was building a maritime Empire. It signed treaties with them and assigned them, gave them the nominal independence, and they would run them foreign and military affairs for them. They subjugated themselves and separated themselves from the Ottomans, similar to other trucial states like who are today's United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Bahrain. That was also the pretext used by Saddam Hussein that Kuwait is an integral part of Iraq. When he invaded Iraq in 1991, another country which possibly needs reunification is the Indian subcontinent, the Greater India, the former British India territories, which are today's India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka, and I believe Burma also. They need to reunite into one political entity, maybe in the federal state or confederation of states, and they do joint external defense with each other and free movement of goods, people and services and capital within that area. The children of who historically we would say Bharat, including parts of Afghanistan also, including Kabul and Kandahar, which in the Mahabharata was Kandahar. We also pray for the a number of countries. The country which needs reunification is Ireland. The Republic of Ireland needs to be reunited with Northern Ireland, the 6 counties who are still occupied and colonized by England. The Irish need to stake a claim on the Northern Ireland. After all, it is with time. First, the pretext was it was the Protestant majority area. Today, as per my understanding, the Northern Ireland also has a Catholic majority. So the whole island of Ireland has a Catholic minority, including the Republic of Ireland, which is Southern Ireland and the Northern Ireland. Those lands need to be reunited. It used to be a separate state before, and it needs to be reunited together as one island. It's time the Republic of Ireland, if it has to align itself with Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, should go and make a deal with them and demand, constitutionally of course, you go to the Belfast Assembly and they put forward a bill for the unification of the Northern Ireland with the Republic of Ireland. As per my understanding also in the Brexit vote, Northern Ireland, most of them wanted to remain part of the EU. The Irish Republic is part of the European Union. So it would become, the first idea would be not a military solution, but a diplomatic solution, whereby the Parliament Assembly of Belfast votes to reunite the Northern Ireland with the Republic of Ireland. So we have a one Ireland. Another thing which is not related to a one, but which requires separation rather than reunification, is Scotland and England. Scotland has held a number of independence referendums in the past. Sometimes they were almost won narrowly, but due to machinations and smear campaigns, the independence for Scotland referendums have been somehow lost, probably due to rigging. Scotland needs to revoke that article immediately, or it can go through the route of what happened in Dublin in 1916, basically known as the Easter Uprising. They can do a Christmas uprising. They go to the Scottish Parliament and vote to become an independent sovereign state once again. If they want to retain the monarchy, they can. It's quite easy now. Genealogical records are easier to find and whatnot, and they can have a stout, which Stuart leader would be the rightful king of Scotland, and they can give him the crown, or it becomes simply a republic and frees itself from English colonial rule and domination. It's time. The Welsh also woke up. They go to the Welsh Assembly and put a motion for the unilateral declaration of independence of Wales, and they break away constitutionally from England. So they become three separate kingdoms in the British Isles: Scotland, England, and Wales. These are separate countries. They play in the World Cup separately. Then why should there be one country in all other matters? They need to free themselves from English domination and colonialization. Thank you, my friends, for listening. We pray to God that these things are achieved peacefully. I'm sure they will get support from the European Union. I believe the Scottish also voted overwhelmingly to remain in the EU. But it was only the English who wanted to do a Brexit under Boris Johnson's leadership. So they would remain part of the European Union. Wales also can become an independent nation in the European Union, and they join the European Union. And it would be great for all countries. They get the independence and after more than 1,000 years. Thank you.